Hello, my Periscope friends. It's Friday night, and you guys are all probably out doing things a lot more fun than watching scopes, so that's okay. I'll record this while I have a chance, and you can watch it on the replay, and definitely, yeah, catch it when you have a chance. So let me flip the camera around and talk to you a little bit about what I'm going to share with you tonight, and then I'll share it. Hello. Hi there, guys. Okay, so I don't know how many of you guys have Dana, hello. I don't know how many of you guys have younger kids that are using the internet, using computers, and all that kind of thing. So I have, my oldest is 11. I have a 9-year-old. I have an 8-year-old. And they have Chromebooks. And before that, they were using old laptops that, my husband and I had handed down to them. And so what I discovered just recently, it's still beta, so I'm not sure how long it's been around, but Chrome now has a feature called supervised users. And so it's built right into Chrome. You don't have to have any special software. You don't have to download anything in particular to use it. But the way that it works is that you set up another user on Chrome. And I'm assuming that you guys are familiar with how to set up your own accounts on Chrome so that your bookmarks and things will follow you from place to place. But if not, I guess that will have to be the topic of another scope. But let me go ahead and show you. So on my account, when I'm, on this computer, flip the computer around, the camera around, here you go. Come on, phone, there we go. You see, sort of, okay. So up here, way up here, probably hard to see, but it says Mama. That's me. So this is where, you would log in if you were, looking for your own bookmarks and things. But what you can do is, once you're logged in, and you have to be logged in as a regular user in order to kind of start this process along. Hold on, let me adjust things a little bit so that you guys can see better. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. You need to start this process logged in as a real user. So what you do is you're going to go over here to your settings. And then down here where it says people, you're going to add a person. It's really simple, really, really simple. So you pick an icon you want to use, you give the person a name, and then you probably can't read it from the from Periscope, but it says control and view the websites this person visits from your email address. So you would just check that box and then click add. Okay, so it's super, super, super simple. And then once you've got it set up, which I've already got one set up for my kids, so I can show you that a little bit, you're going to go to Supervised Users Dashboard, which you can also get to just from chrome.com/manage. So anywhere you are on the internet, just hop over to Chrome/manage, and here you are. Now, on my computer, I have a Chrome user called Kiddos for the kids when they're using my computer. But then my oldest 3 have their own supervised user accounts on their own Chromebook. So that's why we've got one called Kiddos and then one that's named for each of the kids that have accounts. So let me go into one of the kids' accounts and show you how this works. It's limited. It's not like this huge fancy thing, but that's good. I just wanted something simple. Now you can choose either, you can choose basically to blacklist or whitelist. So if you choose all of the web, then the websites you enter are ones that you're blocking. So you could basically say, let my kids get to everything except the ones I list. Or you could say only approved sites, which means my kids can only go to the sites that are on this list. So for the one, where I'm letting the younger children use my computer, I have it set up so that it will only go to the sites that I've allowed them to go to. And one of the big reasons I did that, actually, it wasn't necessarily for, like protecting them from filth on the internet, which, yes, I'm concerned about that. But one of the problems we had was that on the little laptops the kids would use, they would be at some, game website or something, and then they would accidentally click on some banner on the side, and we would have all these pop-up ads going like crazy. And so what I wanted was to be able to just select the websites I wanted them to go to, and then if they accidentally clicked on anything else, it wouldn't allow them to have permission to go there, and they'd be kept from it. So I can put in whatever they want, whatever they want to go to, whatever they're interested in. And they also can request permission, and I'll show you in a minute what it looks like when they request permission. But when they request it, it pops up here. Well, actually, these are ones they've already used, but it's going to pop up here under requests. And then you can, click on the link to visit the site if you're not sure what it is and you want to check it out. And you can also, they would be check boxes, and you can either approve or deny the request that they've submitted. Okay, and then you can see some of the ones that have been approved, and then some things that they tried to go to that were not approved and things like that. So you'll be able to see all their browsing history and when they went and all that. So, this is not necessarily something that I will do for all the children always, but for right now, this is what we're doing. And let me just give you a quick view of what it's like when they go into... So the other thing you want to keep in mind is when you are done using the computer, you as the parent are done using the computer, and you want to switch over to the child, you have two choices. You can either, again, it's probably hard to see, but you can either choose switch person, or you can choose exit and child lock. The main difference, it's still going to have the website control no matter which way you do it. The main difference is switch person, you're still going to be available. So they could still click on your, icon there and get into your account. Also, when they go into their account, all of your, bookmarks and links and things and all of your extensions are going to show up for them. So you just kind of need to decide. I mean, if you want them to have access to all that stuff, that's great. And you can, just not log off, but just choose switch person, and they can go into their account. But if you want that, if you want them to only have access to what you, have limited them to, then you want to choose exit and child lock. And you'll notice that now they would have to have my password in order to get into my Chrome account. And so then if you click on kiddos, there's no password. They don't have to remember a password. It's a little different on the Chromebooks. On the Chromebooks, on their supervised user account, they have to have a password. But that's because it's not just for getting into Chrome. It's for getting into, their whole laptop, really. So then once they get over here, then you can set them up with some bookmarks. The one flaw I have noticed to the supervised user account is that the bookmarks don't follow you like they do with your own personal Chrome account, which I was really disappointed about because I thought I would just set up one kiddos account and then just pull up that kiddos account on all the various computers that, that they use. And I mean, I did that, but I was just disappointed that the bookmarks didn't follow. I had to go ahead and recreate bookmarks everywhere. And also the, oh, look at that. Mary just retweeted. Thank you, Mary. So also the passwords, if you have passwords saved, again, I thought, great, I'll log into the, Latin website once, and then everybody will have the passwords, but the passwords don't follow you. It's a very simple, if you go and look at your settings, it's really different than what you might be used to seeing if you're using Chrome. Okay, let's see, link to a Google account. So Dana, there's not really a way to link a supervised user to a Google account. So yes, if you had a user, if you had a child who had a Google account, then, and you weren't planning to set them up as a supervised user, you could just go ahead and create a Chrome setting for them just like for yours. Just like if my husband and I both had Chrome accounts on one computer, he could switch over to his, he would have all of his bookmarks. I do that sometimes when I need to use my husband's computer. Then I hop on my husband's computer and I log into Chrome and boom, there's all my bookmarks. And yeah, so for me, it works. For the supervised user, just the settings don't follow you. I'm not sure why. Also, it doesn't seem at this point like I can find a way to install extensions on the supervised user, which is frustrating. And we've kind of figured out some workarounds, but it doesn't seem like, like with other things, they could ask permission and I could say yes. But with the extensions, it doesn't seem like that's a possibility. So we've had a few little glitches there. But just to give you an example, let's say they wanted to go to a really dangerous site like mine, okay, and they type it in, and it's not one of the ones they've been given permission for. So it just says, oops, you need permission, and then they would click on Ask Permission. Your request to access the site has been sent to Lena Brooke Sutherland, and then the next time when I log in, it would show me a little notification that they have requested to go there. And you'll see over here by my Google, there's now a 1 here. Somebody's requested permission for something. And if if you look in their account, there's the permission request, and I can click it, and I can approve it because, yeah, I'll let them go visit my blog, sure. They will never go there, but that's okay. So that's just a kind of quick tutorial on supervised users on Chrome, and we've found it so far to be pretty effective. I mean, I don't have to get on their computers at all in order to approve the things that they're requesting. So I can be working on my computer. They can request something, I see it pop up, I approve it, and we never had to switch computers or anything like that. So that's been really efficient and helpful. And let me just switch around here right before I log off. Hello, because when I was talking about my blog, it occurred to me that I never actually even introduced myself. So if you're new here and you don't know who I am, then I apologize for not introducing myself at the beginning. But my name is Lena Sutherland. I'm homeschool mom to 7. I blog over at homeschoolingwithouttrainingwheels.com, HSWOtrainingwheels.com. And I'm a member of Homeschool Scopes. If you're interested in homeschool scoping and encouragement, definitely join the Facebook group. You can either go on Facebook and search for Homeschool Scopes, or you can go to homeschoolscopes.tv and it will automatically redirect you to the Facebook group. So thank you for joining me today. And if you have any questions about using the Chrome Supervised Users, I'm going to take this scope and link it on my Facebook page, which is just facebook.com/HSWOtrainingwheels. And if you find the link to the scope there, then underneath it you'll have a spot to ask questions or feedback or anything else. So thank you for joining me.